Hi friends, welcome back to Art in the Stacks. Today we'll be talking about op art or optical illusion art. So you will need a piece of paper, a ruler if you have it, a pencil, markers. If you have them, one thick and one fine tip marker would be best, and then a black colored pencil and a white colored pencil. So op art was a popular form of art in the mid 20th century with artists like Victor Vasarely and Rafael Soto. So it uses geometric forms and color theory and the psychology of perception to really trick your eye is what it's all about, and making you think that there's movement or see hidden images within your drawing. So today we're going to do a simple op art drawing. So to start, I actually just used a regular piece of copy paper, but then I cut it into a square so that the illusion will be more effective. So I just measured 8.5 inches long ways and cut it that amount. But you can use the whole rectangle if you would like. So to start, I'm going to put a dot somewhere near the center of the page. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's where all my lines are going to converge. Then I'm going to use my straight edge to make 6 straight intersecting lines at that point. And they don't really have to be evenly spaced or anything, just kind of put them wherever you want. Okay, so now you should have 12 individual little sections. So for the first part, we're going to make a little semicircle pointing up on one, and then on the next one you're going to do a semicircle pointing down towards the middle. And you're going to continue that all the way around. Make it kind of like a wave almost, to where every other one is up and every other one is down. Okay, then you're going to go on maybe like an inch or so further out and do the exact same thing all the way around, and maybe even make even deeper ridges. So on the same thing, if this slice started with an up, then it's going to be up all the way through, and then downs are going to be down all the way through. Because this consistency will help trick your mind into thinking that parts of the image are raised and that it's moving. So you're going to do that all the way around, and then maybe do a couple of more, however far out into the page you want it to go. And so I'm not going to go through all of this again, but once you have your semicircle set, you're going to mark some of them will be black and some of them will be white. So it's going to alternate every other one. So I'm just going to mark my black parts with a B so that I don't get confused when I use my marker. So if my inner slice is going to be black, then this slice will be white, then the next one will be black. And then if this inner slice is black, then the one right beside it is going to be white, so then the one above that will be black. And so you just continue that all the way across so that you clearly mark which part you're going to color and which parts you're going to leave white, because once you use the marker, there's really no turning back. So mark it all the way around, and then I like to use the fine tip Sharpie for these smaller pieces so that it doesn't bleed over. And I'm just going to outline my black pieces. And really, you're going to end up outlining all of the pencil marks that you made, but just to make it easy for right now, you can just go with the inner black ones. And then either using that Sharpie or a bigger marker, then you just go in and color all them black. You may want to keep using the fine tip on these small ones because it's bleeding, but that's all right. And so you're going to continue that. And then your next step will be to go to the outer edge. So marking that edge off and then filling it in with your black marker. And doing that all the way around. If you feel comfortable marking your edges with a thicker marker, then you don't even have to bother with the fine tip if you don't want to. Just depends on how precise you want your lines to be. So I hope that you can see the idea. You're just going to continue that all the way around. And I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Oh, you might want to put something down so it doesn't bleed through like that. And so whenever you're done, part is probably going to look a little bit like this section here. So it's really cool, and you can kind of see the wavy pattern, but what we're going to do now is add some value, which is the how light or dark a color is. So like we've added some white to our black color, and we've added some black to our white, and that really adds depth and dimension. And as you can see on this section, it makes it give it that ripple effect. It makes it gives it the illusion of movement. So to do this, you're going to take your colored pencils. I'll just start with my black one. And so you're going to use your black pencil in the white spaces and your white pencil in the black spaces. So for the white spaces, you're going to make your darkest lines on the very edge, and then they're going to get lighter as they come to the middle, and then leaving an empty white space in the middle. So you'll do that all the way down, and so make it dark and then gradually fade in, give it a little gradient there, and then it stays white in the middle. And we'll do that all the way down. And repeat it on all the other spaces. And so I didn't go through all of, making all of these individual lines because it does take a while, so you may need to pause the video and come back to this section once you finish that. But as you can see, this is kind of what we're going for, is that it's black, white, white, black, and you just repeat in opposite patterns all the way down. So it's pretty simple, but it is a little time consuming, but still fun. So as you're doing this, remember to leave a white space, because that's really going to give the illusion of depth in your image, because that white space is going to be the highlight. And whenever we draw the white on the black, that's going to, continue the thought of the highlight. And then these darker spaces are our shadows, which is what makes it look like it actually has dimension. So you want to be sure and leave a stark contrast there. All right, so then we take our white colored pencil, and marking on the black parts, we are going to draw our thickest line in the very middle of it, and then fade out towards the edges. So like I said, it's like our highlight is straight down the middle. So this is where the light is shining brightest on our image. And so it's going to be lighter in the middle, and then as it curves down, it's fading into the black. And then repeat that on all the white spaces. If you don't have colored pencils, you can also try doing this with crayon. You probably won't get as good of a gradient, but you'll still get to play with the idea of value, which is really fun. And so, like I said, our original image was really cool looking, but this gives it that whole new level that really tricks your eye into thinking that there's movement there, which is what op art is all about. It's making you see things that aren't really there. All right, so there you have it. You just continue it all the way around like we did before, and then you can see the movement, and it kind of looks like it's fading into that center point. So please post your optical illusion artworks in the comments. I'd really love to see them, and I hope to see you again next week. Thanks, guys.